You know, so far I think we're getting a lot better in the linebacker room, just in terms of picking things up. You know, in this defense especially, all defenses, but in this defense especially, the linebacker, there's a lot on his plate, from the knowledge of the fronts, the coverages, all those things. So what I wanted to see is things carry over from the spring to the summer, and slowly but surely we're not making the same mistakes. That way we can make new mistakes and fix those, and that's what I'm seeing. So I think we've got quality depth. I think we've got a lot of guys competing, which is good. I don't think anybody's comfortable with their spot, which is how I want it right now. And I'm really excited going into, you know, scrimmage 1 on Saturday.
We've seen and heard a lot about Eugene Asante, and just what has he kind of done, you know, so far this offseason and the fall game to really stick out?
From the time I got hired, I don't know if anybody had better energy than he did, maybe on our whole team. You know, I didn't know all about all our guys, but especially him, just because he didn't play last year. This, that, and the other. There's nothing to go off of. But man, he works so hard in the weight room. He's changed his body. You know, I think last year somebody told me he was more like 205-ish. He's over 220 now. He's really what we like at a will linebacker that can cover and do multiple things. He's not the longest guy, but he's big enough, and just he just doesn't have a bad day in terms of his attitude ever. You know, he plays the next play when he screws up. But you know, I think he's made those guys around him better. Cam Riley, Wesley, Larry. You know, I think because Eugene brings it every single day, those guys have no choice but to bring it every single day too. So it's been a really good domino effect with Eugene.
To the extent you can talk about it, you've been a part of some Auburn recruiting wins. I guess, what does it take to kind of get some of that momentum?
Effort.
Yeah.
but you know, this place sells itself, man. I've said it before. I mean, you know, I'm very blessed to be able to recruit for Auburn. You know, I'm really passionate about it because, I mean, it's like living a dream being able to recruit for a place like this. So, but, I mean, we work really hard at it because everybody else in our league works really hard at it. So we're going to try to keep it rolling.
Another guy you mentioned, Larry, of course, wasn't here for the spring, but just what have you seen out of him so far in his time in the program?
I can tell how experienced he is by how quickly he picks things up, you know. The biggest concern you have when you take a transfer at linebacker that isn't mid-year is how quickly can he pick up the defense. And I wasn't real comfortable in taking one after spring unless he was a guy like Larry that had all the production, played a lot. So it's easy to install and teach him things because he's played so much football. You know, he can translate it. We call it this, we used to call it that, da-da-da-da. So I've been really impressed with his football knowledge. So he's been very consistent. And you can tell he's got a lot of composure. You can tell he's played a lot of football.